So how about we fund the police and defund the universities? It was extremely painful to watch how many educational institutions, Ivy League facilities, the one example that we can highlight right now in the case of Harvard University, with this whole situation that's taking place right now between Israel and Hamas versus Hamas, because I don't want to call it Israel and the Palestinian people, because that's a false narrative, that's a false argument. But to see that immediately taking a position that for many people is just incomprehensible, especially at the very moment that all the killing was taking place, literally immediately after the killing took place, to take a position where they blaming Israel or the state of Israel for what took place over there, as if they actually ended up killing their own people, and not to try to look for some kind of moral equivalency to try to justify why it's okay to kill innocent people. It's never okay to kill innocent people. The fact of the matter is that every single one of these entities, according to the federal tax code, universities are classified as tax exempt, and any other foundations are actually also classified as public charities. So here you have entities where there's a lot of money running through their hands, have zero tax responsibilities, zero tax liabilities when it comes to our government. As a matter of fact, it's a little different. They actually get federal, state, and local funding to the sum. As a matter of fact, all the way up to 2021, Harvard specifically was all the way up to $625 million of just federal funding. But the fact of the matter is that Ivy League schools, again, just all as of 2021, if you put them, all of them together, for any kind of tax credits, funding, research, anything that you want to name under their umbrella, they actually ended up getting about $53.2 billion as a federal, state, and local funding. That's a lot of money to send to a place that is anti-capitalism, that is an anti-free market, that is apparently anti-Semitic, that is apparently anti-America, that is an anti-American dream. So because they're promoting socialism, they're promoting extreme racism, they're definitely, at this very moment, is very clear when it comes to the position. They are either misguided or stupid enough not to be able to understand the difference between the Palestinian people and the terrorist group that unfortunately right now is in charge of the life of the Palestinian people. This is what the argument of State of Israel versus Palestine is a false argument. In the fact that we have the students that very soon will become your future congressman or your future senator, potentially president, that at this very moment is unable to establish the difference between one and the other, is the number one reason why most people are saying the concept of universities is becoming literally outdated by the minute. This is no longer the quality of entities and institutions that we used to have. At this point, we don't know if they are reliable enough. And I was extremely happy to see, because ultimately it's going to be the marketplace. I was extremely happy to see a sequence of CEOs and companies that are saying, we don't want to hire you. We, as a matter of fact, we would like to know exactly who have the audacity to make that kind of statement so that we know exactly who you are, not to hire you, because we don't want you to be part of the next wave of leadership that this country is going to have at a private level and definitely at a public level. Listen, this is a time for leadership. This is a time for people to become clear about their position. This is a time where we cannot be mistaking what is the right and wrong position or what is the right moral position to be able to take. And this is definitely not the time to be confused about who is actually being victimized and who was the innocent group of people that ended up dying. So for that reason, I hope everybody's going to continue to keep an eye on a lot of these school entities that get a lot of benefits. And I do echo the statement out there of, how about we go back to funding the police and defunding a lot of these universities. I think it's time they take ownership of all the bad education that they are putting our children through and the bad leadership that they are producing out of this school. So hopefully this moment is an indictment and also a clear awakening for many people about the stuff that's going on in there. When we see a lot of the young people that are protesting out there and not having a clear understanding, not even about what exactly is it they are protesting, it's extremely scary to witness. And I hope this becomes not only an eye-opening moment for parents, but the same way an eye-opening moment for a lot of these institutions. They have to rethink the kind of education they are providing in this environment. So with that being said, I'm dying to hear your opinion when it comes to funding these entities. What do you think about the level of education that's taking place? What is your reaction? Comment, let us know exactly how you feel about it. Share this video, because I think that most people need to know more and more. It's time to to wake up to the reality of what's going on in a lot of these educational entities. So like, share, and let everybody know that it's time for us to pay attention to what's going on and what's coming out of this facility. So thank you very much for watching. We'll see you in the next one.